Hi everyone. This video will show you how to tell where a function's graph is constant. Like you did with the last one, pause the video for a sec and think about what should go in that blank space there for the formal definition. So a function f of x is constant on a domain interval if and only if x1 is less than x2, then f of x1 equals f of x2. More informally, we can say that the graph is a flat line on this interval. Just like how we pictured the last two increasing and decreasing on a graph, we can do the same thing with this definition. And notice that the x values have equal y values, and therefore when you connect the two, the line between them will be flat. Looking at this function, we want to look for an interval where the graph is flat, and we see one here. We see that this interval goes from x equals -3 to x equals +2. And so we record that domain interval. We use open brackets for the endpoints here because of the open circles at the interval's endpoints. To review what we saw on our previous videos, we also notice on the domain here's an interval and here's another interval where the graph is rising from left to right. So those intervals from x equals -9 to x equals -3 and x equals +2 to +infinity are intervals where the graph is increasing. Let's look at one more graph to reiterate it one more time. Go ahead and pause it now and see if you can tell where the graph is increasing, decreasing, or constant. We can see an interval where the graph is falling from left to right. And we can also see an interval where the graph is flat. This graph is decreasing on the interval from -infinity to -6 and constant on the interval from -6 to +6. Notice also because the graph is filled in, I use the closed brackets for the endpoints. So, now you know how to analyze a graph for where it's increasing, decreasing, and constant. Notice where the domain is, figure out on each interval whether the graph is rising, falling, or flat, and then just record the intervals for each of the characteristics of increasing, decreasing, or constant. As you've seen with some of these examples as well, a graph can also be strictly increasing, strictly decreasing, strictly constant, or have any combination of the three.